the next herb on the list. Everybody can yell at me and scream at me all they want for the mispronunciation of this plant. Because quite honestly, this is still a plant that I'm still learning and trying to learn how to use. Not only on the level of, through meditation and things of that nature, but I'm really trying to find some more information on the history of this plant. Because it actually is said that it goes back several centuries. Actually, so far back to the 2nd century in the medicinal use that I really want to try and get more information on this. Uvi Ursi, Uvi-A-U-R-S-I. No, it's not one word, it's 2 separate words. But anyway, I've actually never used this herb before, and I've been doing so much research on it, it's not even funny. I've been researching this for probably the past day or two, maybe even 3 days now. But this is actually what it looks like. It's got little thin oval shaped leaves. Some of them are almost like a spade shape, and it has a very unique smell. It's kind of like an earthy scent, but it doesn't smell nearly as bad as patchouli. I've been keeping this with patchouli, so that's probably where that bad patchouli smell's coming from off there. But anyway, the leaves are usually small, and they've been used as an astringent and a mild diuretic throughout the years. This has been a huge, really herbal-based folk remedy for several years, several hundred years at this point. But anyway, the herb has also been used as a general tonic, especially for weakened livers, kidneys, pancreases, things of that nature. Native Americans actually used to use it as a remedy for headaches, and also to prevent and as well as cure scurvy and to treat urinary tract infections. Would I advise anybody actually doing this? Not without, seeking medical professional advice. So, I mean, it's good for different things. It's also good for protecting yourself from E. coli. Like with any diuretic, they're often prescribed to really treat high blood pressure type deals, so this is good in treating high blood pressure. It also apparently is very good for wounds and infections. It has a very active ingredient that's used in many over-the-counter creams to treat cold sores, herpes, vaginal infections, things of that nature. This active ingredient is known as allantoin. So that's where all the antifungal and anti-infection stuff comes from. It's also good for diarrhea. Go ahead, laugh, guys. Anyway, some of the common names, I like doing this. Some of the common names, bearsberry, bear's grape, foxberry, hogberry, chipmunk's apples. It's also known as mountain tobacco, mountain cranberry, mountain box, and there's so many different common names for this. I don't think I've actually ever seen an herb with so many common names. Anyway, some of the properties of it, like I was talking about, was antibacterial, antimicrobial, tonic for the kidneys and liver. It works as an astringent as well as a diuretic, and it's actually good as a relaxant for the muscles. Some of the different things that it's used for, like I was talking about, was to prevent E. coli, things of that nature. It's also good for chronic diarrhea, gonorrhea. It also helps reduce the accumulation of uric acid, so it would be good in the case of gout. It also helps relieve the pain of bladder stones. It soothes, strengthens, and tightens irritated and inflamed tissues. It works good for cold sores and, of course, vaginal infections. Now, with that all being said, everybody's sitting there on the edge of their seat waiting for the whole, everything associated to the magical side. Because I know most of the people that come here aren't looking for the medicinal purposes. Anyway, The main planet that this herb is associated with is going to be Saturn. Its element, obviously, is going to be Earth. Some of the basic things that it's associated with is protection and strength. The scent is sometimes said to have like an autumn leaf smell, or a hint of pine to it. Personally, I don't get the hint of pine. Autumn leaves I could understand though, so long as you guys remember not to mix it with patchouli. Otherwise, it's gonna, yeah, just horrible. Some of the lore behind it, like I was talking about, is that it was a very religious herb to Native Americans. They used it for a lot of different things, and according to some of the information that I found so far, it actually used to be included in pipe smoking mixtures. Some tribes actually employed it in the training of shamans in skills of divination as well as prophecy. It's also been used in magic by those wishing to increase their psychic abilities. When you add this to sachets, it's actually designed to strengthen your psychic abilities. It is an evergreen type shrub with very small, tough, shiny leaves, found growing mostly in hilly areas. And in particular in the upper Midwest of North America as well as Canada. This is a very unique plant, and I'm still doing a lot more research on it. If you guys actually have any tips, or any other extra links for me to scour across, please feel free to message me, and I will make sure that I will modify any videos later on down the line. Cheers. This is Lady Silver Vixen. I'm signing.